Today, we're bringing you the Week 12 waiver wire pickups, starting with Trey Benson from the Arizona Cardinals, coming out of Florida State University. And look, he's got 10 attempts in his last game, was the yardage leader for the running backs. That was Week 10. They're coming off of a bye, and a lot of times we'll see these rookies start to pick things up after the bye week. So I'm expecting a lot more from Trey Benson. And look, James Conner, he has been known to get injured over the course of his career. So I'm not going to be surprised to see, potentially another injury pop up and he gets, more time for Trey Benson. Yeah, you can even see here that it wasn't just week 10, week 9, he had 8 carries in a touchdown there. You take a look at the receiving line. You can see he's getting an uptick in targets and receptions, and as well hasn't missed a single catch yet thrown his way. So I'm thinking we got to get Trey Benson while we can. And guys, not just Trey Benson, although I'll put a priority on him since he's getting some sort of workload, but a lot of these other backup running backs as well. This is the time of year where you really want to be getting those backups, making sure that you got something in place just in case the worst case scenario happens. All right. So lock in there. And we're going to move on to Elijah Moore, who I've always been really excited about. It hasn't always been working out for him, but with James Winston, and I'll actually show Jameis' line here. 46 attempts in this game. He had 45 attempts in the last game, 41 in the game prior to that. Prior to Jameis Winston, the other quarterback had only one game in the 40 attempt range. So this whole offense has really gotten a big uptick. I've said it before, but you're seeing again another big target workload for Elijah Moore and the rest of the big four here as well. So a lot of these guys are great to have on your team, but really only Elijah Moore is available for folks to pick up. He had 8 targets, 6 catches, 66 yards. So I'm absolutely looking to him in the previous game, 9 targets before that, 12, 6 before that. So, nice little flex option there for you if you need some help. And we'll move on to Cam Akers from the Minnesota Vikings. And Aaron Jones, he's also someone who historically has had some injuries, but this is the biggest workload he's received in his career. So I can absolutely understand why there's more of a balanced rushing workload. 10 attempts for Akers, 15 for Aaron Jones. They weren't too efficient, either one of them in this past game. Couple of catches for Akers as well. Still, if anything were to happen, this is a good team, so we can see, some good opportunity for Cam Akers. Things break in his favor, and then we'll move on to the Chargers and a tight end. If you need some help there, Will Disley, 6 targets, 4 receptions, 80 yards, and a touchdown this past game. He's getting a good connection. He's had a decent amount of targets over the past few games, so I like Justin Herbert. His volume of passes increasing as well. It's 36 in this game. So definitely an option for folks that need it. And I think we can move on there. There's some other tight ends available, but we don't focus on them too much here. But definitely an option for you. And then, with the Raiders backfield, we had some injuries to Zamir White and the backfield isn't healthy at the moment. Alexander Madison banged up too. We'll see what the injury reports look like. But Dylan Lobb, I don't have any stats from this year since his first carry attempt, his first touch in the NFL. He fumbled and hasn't really seen much run since then. But in college in 2023, you can see here on the PFF grades, he was the receiving leader for all running backs. And, with a 90 receiving grade, 68 receptions on 88 targets. So that's kind of his calling card. We could see him and Amir Abdullah splitting the workload. Not a great offense, but still could be some points there if you're in desperate need at the running back position. And then we'll go back to the Vikings-Titans game. But on the Titans side, we'll slide over and take a look. 31 attempts from Levis. Nick Westbrook-Ikine, 6 targets, only 2 receptions in this game, but he had 1 catch for 98 yards and a touchdown. So that'll help. But he had been getting a bunch of targets. Yes, we know Calvin Ridley has been a major factor here, but since they moved on from DeAndre Hopkins, you can see Nick Westbrook-Ikine, 6 targets, 3 targets, 6 targets, 4. Not great, but look at that, a touchdown in 4 of those last 5 games. So someone that is one of the top targets there. He's got a lot of familiarity with this team after being there for years. So another late flex option for you there. And last one we got for you, Tried to sleep on the guy. My co-host for Dynasty Stock Market asked if I was buying Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and I told him no. But man, uh, he really starting to look good now. So I'm thinking, just with the low amount of players that are involved in the offense because of all of the injuries, you got 4 targets, 2 receptions, but 87 yards and a touchdown. Sometimes you might just get lucky. They also have, I believe, Foster Moreau get banged up, so they're down a potential tight end option. We know that's more for Taysom Hill, who had an explosive game, but still could be more for Marquez Valdez-Scantling. You can see in the game prior, 3 targets, 3 receptions, 109 yards and a touchdown, 2 touchdowns. So super efficient, 36 yards per reception, 43 yards per reception in the last 2 games. Pretty ridiculous stuff. Not sure if we can depend on that, but if you're hurting, he's one of the top targets available there. So that'll do it for your Week 12 waiver wire pickups. Good luck, and it's winning time, all right? Like, subscribe. Appreciate the help, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.